Every coffee needs a lotus.
And welcome back to our morning session for today's learning event, free webinar, live webinar produced by Ariva Academy. And this morning, we have the pleasure of listening to and hearing from and learning from Dr. Rick Goodman. Dr. Rick Goodman, we're being flooded with appreciation posts.
Thank you so much, and welcome to my backyard.
Wow, are you in the Philippines right now? It looks like
No,
a tropical
this
paradise.
is my backyard, Hal.
That's your background and backyard. I envy you, sir. I'm jealous.
Well, it's for sale. So
our participants, we started this early in April, and we have been giving free workshops, free webinars in participants. We're not asking you to give something back to us. We're offering you a platform so that you can support our frontliners. This is our way of helping during COVID-19. We are the poorest of the poor through the Bayanihan Act 2020. While you gain access to all our live webinar series for a cost from April to May 2020, you urge you to act now. Let us click and donate, coming together to uplift our nation. So with that, thank participants from all parts of the Philippines. I'll just Isabela, La Union, Laguna, Negros Oriental. Shall we proceed with the Q&A?
Let's go for it, Hal.
So we have just three mechanics. Number one, if you're a Zoom participant, type in your question, not at the chat box, but at the Q&A box. And we encourage you, time permits, we'll read them for you. Okay, Dr. Rick Goodman. Marieli May Carlos, how do we influence our team to be more proactive and involved while we are on a work from home scheme?
Well, I think what we covered, the important thing about being proactive is one, giving people direction and letting them do it and using what I call check back. I talked about check back when I was in the Philippines last. So for people who haven't seen it before, what check back is I give someone a task to do. And then I say, when can I check back with you? Now the ball is in their court. Now I get out of their way and I let them do their thing. Because remember I said I would be the type of person that would give you 10 things to do. And then I would go back in my office for 2 seconds and come up and give you another 10 things to do. And you couldn't get in that zone. Now, when we give them, when we ask when we could check back, the ball's now in their court. Now, the key to check back is you must check back. Every single one of us over our lives has been asked to do something. And the person said, I need this immediately. I need you to drop everything you're working on. And you did. And they never, ever used it. And you said to yourself, the next time I'm not doing this. So the key to check back is you must check back. Now, if the person's given you the commitment and they haven't done it, then you have to ask that question, why? But I think the more we treat people like adults and we give them the opportunity to succeed and we show that we trust, the more they're going to rise. And, I know the people in the Philippines, they rise always to the occasion. So I think it's important that if we want to develop leaders, because that's what we want to do, a solutions-oriented leader and a transformational leader, their goal is to develop other leaders. If we want to do that, we're going to do that by giving them the information, asking them when we could check back, getting out of the way, and then checking back, and then following up. And I think that a lot of people will start to surprise you, Marielle. So I hope that answers your question.
You did, Dr. Rick. You did answer it. I mean, most leaders, especially the new ones, are tempted to breathe down the necks of their people. And that's one sure way to lose confidence and trust in you as a leader. So thank you, Dr. Rick Goodman. Can I read someone, a post and a question from the pre-sent questions we sent you this morning?
Absolutely.
Francis Adrian Dean or Dea. Behavioral and soft skills training, such as for leadership, is as crucial now as before the pandemic. How do we optimize the learning given the new normal of doing training sessions online? Is the typical Zoom meeting style session enough, or are there more creative ways of engaging?
Well, I think what I'd like to ask is, I know I watched some of the prior Zoom webinars, that Ariva has put on, and one of the things that I had spoken to Sir JM about is, I like to do things a little bit differently. So instead of having the PowerPoint where you would be looking at the PowerPoint and reading, I would like to know really from the audience if we could find back, did they like this format better, where I actually had the PowerPoint behind me and you could see me talking and be engaged with it versus hitting a button and just seeing a slide. Because you can have the PowerPoint, but the PowerPoint doesn't mean anything without the information that comes from the speaker. So I think that by doing it this way, I think it's more engaging, because one, find me on the slides or on the big screen. So no different than the way I conducted this one. I did it because I wanted it to be more interactive in the view with you, because I think it holds your employees' attention better. So, and I think also by using maybe some breakout rooms or the polling questions or giving people a time to chat, that works well also. And you've got all those elements in the Zoom format. But more importantly, what I've found works better is, I know a lot of people like the PowerPoints, the information, but having it behind me is almost like you're watching the news on TV and they're showing you the information behind you, but the newscasters are telling you what's going on. So I'd like to get feedback on that from the audience at some point to see if you like it better and you felt it was more effective.
Okay, so for our Zoom room participants, please type in yes at the chat box if you like the presentation style of Dr. Rick Goodman. If, like me, you loved it, type yes. So we have yeses. We're being flooded with yeses right now. Dr. Rick Goodman, one thing I appreciate about you, there are a lot of things I appreciate about you, but one standout thing about
Only
you.
one.
There are a lot of things I appreciate about you, but because time is not on our side, I'll just say one. And that is, the thing I love about you, you're a combination both of old school and high tech. I love that you're using a planner, a physical, list of calendar, an actual sheet of paper, but at the same time, you're using technology to come across as effective as possible. And you know what, Dr. Rick Goodman, it felt like your session was a church service. It felt like that. You were so empowering, you were so spontaneous, and you were so on point whenever you speak.
I'm preaching your success, but more importantly, these methods are proven. I didn't come up with all of them. This planner, this best self, the reason why I like it is it's also only a 13-week planner. Why? Because most people set goals on January 1st and break them on January 5th. Okay. So knowing that, it's a lot easier if we set our goals and eat the elephant one bite at a time. And this helps to force me to do it. Now, I don't do it perfectly. It's a work in progress, but I do it well enough where it blocks my schedule enough where I see I accomplish a lot more than I would otherwise. So, and when you write something down, it goes in your brain. So if anybody's seen my first book, Living a Championship Life, I talk about my goal setting technique. And one of the things is writing it and reading it 3 times a day. I read it before I go to sleep. I read it when I wake up, and I read it one time during the day. The reason being is the things that you think about before you go to sleep are the things you remember in the morning. And the things that you heard first thing in the morning, like a song on the radio, you sing it the whole day. So if you look at your goals first thing in the morning, you're going to remember them the whole day. And once it goes in the subconscious mind, you'll start to accomplish those goals and objectives. So I like to use multiple methods. And here's the proof is in the pudding. There's people that we work with that have gray hair. There's people that we work with that are in their 20s. There's people we work with in their 30s and the 40s, and they all learn differently. So we have to communicate in different ways to correspond to those people. Same with the Zoom question. We've got to use different formats. And a lot of the answers, it looks like people are liking this format.
100% yes.
Yeah, the Zoom format. And again, it's more interactive. I feel I can deliver better. You feel like you're here with me, and you're getting the same information, but it's going to go in deeper than if you just looked at a PowerPoint. You'd be bored after a while, and you'd look off, and you go to the bathroom, and whatever else you can get distracted doing from home.
Thank you, Dr. Rick, for doing that. You're an innovator, and you're also old school.
Like
Wonderful. So, Dr. Rick Goodman, we have a Zoom live question from Jacqueline Vallarta. Jacqueline, are you here already? Are you in the room already? So she'll be asking you her question via Facebook. Oh, no, I'm sorry, via Zoom live.
Okay.
Are you here now? In the meantime, as Sir Jeff, our technical director, puts her.
Yes, sir. Hi.
Is she here now? Okay.
I see her.
Jacqueline?
Yes, sir.
Hello, ma'am. Yes, you can. You can ask your question.
Ask your question, Jacqueline.
Okay, with the work from home setup. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Okay, so the 12 rules in working from home are very informative and for us, very helpful. But I have a question here for on the number 4 rules, which is the make a list of three things to prioritize. Basically, because in our setup we also have the urgent things. So how do we manage to adjust our schedule?
Well, remember I said you don't want to schedule every minute of every day, because the urgent is Mr. Murphy, the guy with the law who always shows up when you don't want him to show up. So we always have to do that. But the more we're planning and the more we're organized, the less fires or Mr. Murphys or those urgent things show up. It takes a while, but obviously our goal is to answer and help our clients right away. So it's not perfect, but if you focus on getting those 3 things done, whatever those may be, remember a lot of it, Jacqueline, is going to make you feel better about you. Because at the end of the day, if you don't get a lot of stuff done that you want to do, you're going to feel like your day was a waste of time and you did stuff for other people, and you're going to get the what about me's. So is it perfect? Like I said, when I have my planner here, I am not perfect with this planner by any means. There's sometimes I'm just to fill it out at night and look at it in the morning. And in the morning, I say what I'm grateful for. And at night, I say what I'm grateful for at night. And then what are my wins? Which means my wins are, did I get those 3 things done? And then the other question it asks me is, what are my lessons learned? So, again, it's a self-analysis, self-awareness, because, my lesson learned might have been, what? I got to get up an hour earlier, because if I don't, I feel like I'm behind. But when I get up an hour earlier and I get stuff done, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at 7:30 or something, and I'm already working, I'm so far ahead of the game that if something urgent comes in, it doesn't hit me as bad. But if I'm, behind the 8 ball and I'm not up early and moving forward, and all of a sudden it piles on and like a bunch of bricks falling on your head.
Yeah.
So, it's not perfect, but if you focus on it and do the best you can, you'll get the great results.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rick. So right now we have a full day always. So at least I have to prioritize 3 things, as you have said.
Yes, and you know what? What you're going to look at, there's going to be some things that you can do. Only you can do. There's going to be some things that other people can do, and there's going to be some things that you're going to look at that may not be as important as you think they are.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline Vallarta, for your question, and thank you, Dr. Rick Goodman, for that great answer. Now, if I may just read some feedback from FB Live, Joey Oberoya. Thanks, Dr. Goodman. That was a feel-good presentation that you just gave. I have attended several webinars since the lockdown, more than 30. Yours is one of the best. Stay healthy.
Thank you so much.
We have a question from Beatriz Junette Peralta Manlapig. Oh, so this is the wife of Bonnie Manlapig, my colleague way back in 1996 in Eastern Telecoms. In the Filipino work setting, trust is not always there and is something that needs to be remedied. But is this done by trusting blindly first and having a conscious effort to gain trust?
I think you never trust blindly, and trust is earned, it's not given.
No.
And you've got to make those right decisions, but you've got to have faith, and that's the most important thing. And I understand that there's always been, I don't talk politics, but throughout both our countries' histories, we've had issues of trust, and that doesn't mean we just stop trusting everybody. So I think we've got to make a conscious effort. We've got to make our best effort, and we've also got to check the facts, listen to our gut, and understand, when you're doing the best thing you can do and you're giving trust to others, people feel it. They can sense it. They can feel it. I mean, you can tell I love what I do. Right now it is almost midnight here in the States. And you would think it was probably like 10 in the morning. I love what I do. So you can feel that. So when you exhibit trust, when you put that out, people can feel your heart. They'll know it. And if you're putting the best effort forward, it's going to come back to you, and the right people will be there for you. And the rest, you have to let sometimes people go find a better opportunity somewhere else. Like Hal remembered, I said on stage, you will never fire anyone. People fire themselves.
And they terminate themselves.
Exactly.
You know what, Dr. Rick Goodman, had you not mentioned that it's already midnight in the US, none of us would have known. Because you have, and you still have that 8 a.m. energy as you present today. We never felt like you had a long day, that it's way past your bedtime. We felt like you just woke up and just fired us up. Not out, but up.
Well, I'm ready to cook up a big steak or something. I don't know. It looks like it's light outside by the pool.
Okay, so thank you, Dr.
Any more questions? Questions?
I know it's already 12 midnight. It's here in the Philippines, it's midday. It's lunchtime as well.
We're exact opposite.
And we thank you, Dr. Rick Goodman. Can you still entertain another question if it's
Absolutely.
okay?
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so Dr. Rick Goodman, well, one anonymous attendee asked how to quantify the productivity of salespeople if the current business is not really a necessity nowadays. I think you answered it a while back because you said that you don't sell. You asked,
right, and your salespeople are now going to be turned into, trusted advisors, client services. Again, reaching out, making sure they're okay, because people are going to come back and buy again. But if you push them now, you lose them forever. So it's real important to keep in touch with them. You should have. I mean, how I would quantify it, I would make sure that my salespeople are regularly, not daily, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, reaching out to your customers, and that should be part and parcel of their job, is to, do a call, or, start creating different things. You can, do YouTube videos on, giving them advice on, I don't know what your business is, but, different opportunities and things available out there. The more you become the person who gives them information, gives them, knowledge, just like Ariva is doing right now, the more you position yourself as that go-to person, that go-to guy or gal. So if they can't help you, they're going to give you other people that can. And in this instance, if they can help you, they're going to be right there for you. So you can do the same thing with your job, and looking for that new way to find new avenues of business to serve people. And one of the best things you could probably do with your salespeople is come up with a survey, a client survey, find out, what they liked, what they're looking for, what they might be, and then get your salespeople to ask them those questions. It may help you to develop new technology, new different ways to serve them. But if you don't ask, hey, you're not going to GET. And again, they'll remember that you called with concern and asking them about what their needs are versus you needing to sell another widget, because that will come through and they'll feel that sense of desperation, so to speak, and they'll run. So that is my best advice. That is what we are all doing here in the U.S. All the people, all my colleagues, we all recognize that this is just a very, people going through different things. You don't know if someone has lost their job and all their money, or if someone's spouse, significant other, cousin, relative has gotten sick from this, or anything. So, there's a lot of things that are happening that we don't always hear about. So it's important to have empathy and to have concern for people and to ask them how you can help them, which goes right back to, the number one client interaction. Is there anything you need? Anything I can do to help you? You need us, we're here for you. And that's the best you can do.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Rick Goodman. You just revealed to us who you truly are, what your intentions are. And as a master salesperson, as a solutions-oriented leader, you have shown us that people come first. Profit comes second. Thank you, Dr. Rick Goodman. For the last minute of our talk show and our interview, do you have something that you want us to take with us before we have our lunch and before you go to sleep, Dr. Rick?
Well, I think I'm not going to sleep just yet. Not after this. I'll be up for hours now. I think really is maintaining that positive attitude, understanding that we're all going through the same storm in different ways. Some of it's hitting us and knocking us off the ship, and others are just batting down the hatches. So we're all going it through different ways, and we're all here to help and assist you. You'll be getting some information at a later date. I'll be passing out to Ariva. We're creating a solutions-oriented mastermind group for high-level individuals that really want to excel and come out the other side successfully with new ideas, new technology, new business through this. So I'm working on that right now, and I'll be sharing that with Irish and JM and the whole Ariva team to let everybody know what we're doing and if it's of interest to you guys. But other than that, you could always shoot an email to me at info@rickgoodman.com and just, let me know that you're an attendee here if you've got a question. I always get back within 24 to 48 hours, and now I'm here, so I'll get back quickly. So if you've got a specific question, it can't be what would you do if. I don't answer hypotheticals because the brain doesn't work that way. But if you just ask a specific question and I can help you, we'll get back to you. If I can't help you, I'll give you a couple of people that might be able to help you with that answer. Other than that, Salamat po. Thank you all for being with me, for letting me share today from here. And I look forward to seeing you the next time I am in Makati, Pasig, Boracay, Manila, wherever I can get to and see you people. I will be there. So thank you for having me. Salamat.
The pleasure is ours, Dr. Rick Goodman. We are indebted, we are grateful, and we are looking forward to seeing you face to face once again here in the Philippines. So everybody, big hand for Dr. Rick Goodman. Wow. Thank you so much, sir. And as Dr. Rick Goodman fades out of our screen, fades in Miss Irish Malonda Samson, our president. Hey, Miss Irish, always looking good.
Thank you, sir.
Especially in blue now.
Okay. And I agree with you, Sir Howell. We're very much grateful to Dr. Rick Goodman for sharing his thoughts on how to be a solutions-oriented leader. This is definitely complete set. So thank you. And also for adjusting. Of course, it's already midnight. And here it's lunchtime. Thank you for adjusting and sharing your thoughts with us.
And he hasn't eaten his steak yet. Never had his dinner yet.
Oh my gosh. So thank you.
For your commitment.
Thank you, sir. Another big hand for Dr. Rick Goodman. Okay. So, Sir Howell.
My takeaway?
Yes, sure.
You know what? My takeaway is that don't sell, offer help, especially in this time of needs. And he is one person who is an epitome of generosity. He never sold anything to us, but he has offered to help us. And that's one character of a noble person. And I like it about him, among other things.
That was great, sir. Well, for me, it's a complete tips and strategies. And one of those is the 7 ways to maintain positivity and personal balance. How can I be a solutions oriented leader if I myself was not on balance? I have anxieties and everything. How can I share if I don't have anything to share?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And with that, thank you as well, Sir Howell.
Thank you so much.
I'll be seeing you in a while.
Yes, in a while, this
Another
afternoon.
e-learning session this afternoon, 3 to 4:30 p.m. with Mr. Ricky De Vera.
Thank you so much. Don't you go away, everyone.
Okay, and for those of you, this is not yet the end of our e-learning session. We would like to acknowledge our partners that make this e-learning session possible. We would like to thank our win-win partners, Art Plus Magazine, Focus Media, Globaltronics, City Advertising Ventures, Outcome, Elevate Media. For win-win partners, thank you to Brother Faber-Castell, Glutacy, Moringa O2, KFC, Mr. Donut, Tokyo Tokyo, Lotus Biscuit, Boss Job. Thank you as well to Sir Technology Inc., Finma Properties, Salary Jet, Ilawi Korea, Kittelson and Carpo Consulting, Enchanted Kingdom, This First, Cosmotech Philippines Inc. And if you want to place your ads here, advertise your company, your logo, your services, have a brand exposure to thousands of viewers through Zoom, FB, LinkedIn, and YouTube, please email us at marketing@ariva.com.ph. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. It's Ariva Academy Philippines Inc. Please scan this QR code. This will be directed to our Facebook page. Don't forget to like us, Ariva Academy Philippines Inc. And if you want to watch again the replay of our e-learning session with Dr. Rick Goodman, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Ariva Academy and Ariva Talks. Please click the bell button and share it with your colleagues as well. Don't forget, Ariva Talks and Ariva Academy Philippines Inc. For our upcoming online learning sessions, please visit our website, www.ariva.com.ph to register. And we would like to invite you to our HR Virtual Summit PH 2020. This is a live webinar series for our cause. The session with Dr. Rick Goodman is one of its series, and we have invited international and local subject matter experts to share with us their wisdom in the HR field. So here are the other series. Oh, okay. We will be having rethinking customer intimacy strategies during the pandemic. This will be later. Don't forget to register. May 13th, 3 to 4:30 p.m. And we will be having Professor Ricky De Vera to discuss this session. We would like to invite you on another e-learning masterclass from Mr. Jonathan Yabut, the Asia's Millennial Guru, leading a work-from-home workforce, how to manage and develop remote teams. This will be tomorrow. Don't forget, 4 to 6 p.m. Another live webinar series for a cause, a part of our HR Virtual Summit. Find your voice of resiliency so that you lead with confidence. This will be on Friday, May 15 in the morning, 10:30 to 11:30. Don't forget to register, and this will be discussed by Mr. Paul Larson from United States. Another live webinar, a free live webinar. This will be on Monday, May 18th. This will be discussed by Mr. Seth Shapno, Reinventing Yourself in Time of Quarantine. Learn, improve, and pivot. So don't forget to register, May 18th. Live webinar series for a cause, post-COVID-19, survive, thrive, and scale. This will be on May 19, Tuesday in the afternoon, 3 to 4:30 p.m. Don't forget, this will be discussed by Mr. Vishnu Anaparedi from Malaysia. Another live webinar series for a cause. We have invited Mr. Jason Averbaugh from United States, and he will be discussing guideposts for the now of work. This will be on Wednesday, May 20 in the morning, 10:30 to 11:30 in the morning. Don't forget to register. Another live webinar, free live webinar. This will be on Wednesday, May 23 to 4:30 p.m. Going beyond coaching, turn to counseling team members in a COVID-19 situation, and another e-learning session from Mr. Ricky De Vera. Okay, another live webinar series for a cause, breakthrough in times of crisis. We have invited the happy doctor from Singapore, Dr. Suresh Devnani, and he will be discussing breakthrough in times of crisis, how to maintain a positive state of mind during the COVID-19 pandemic. May 21, don't forget, 3 to 4:30 p.m. Another live webinar series for a cause, streamlined employee engagement in the time of crisis. This will be on Friday, May 22, 3 to 4:30 p.m. and this will be discussed by none other than Ms. Mila Pascual Nodoso. And if you want to invite Dr. Rick Goodman, some of our Ariva partner speakers, some of our previous guest speakers, please do reach me at 0916-695-4418 or email me at irish.arivaacademy@gmail.com. We can customize an e-learning exclusive for your team and for your company. And that's it, guys. Thank you for joining us this morning. Hope to see you again this afternoon for another e-learning session. Again, this is Irish Malonda Samson. In Ariva, it's all about being better, be safe, and stay home. Okay? Have a great lunch, guys. Bye-bye.